Welcome back, friends. My name is Ross, and I help people rewrite their stories. Today, I want to talk to you about the one thing, the most important thing that not only all writers need, but all humans need to do if they want to just kick butt in life. And that thing is you have to, absolutely, 100%, non-negotiable, you must get your mental health under control. And so a lot of people might not want to hear that. They might not want to think that they have mental health issues, but the brain is the one thinking that. Of course, the brain wants to think that it is perfect and beyond needing of help, of any kind of assistance, and that's not always the case. I know we like to think that we are perfect and beyond reproach, but that's not always true. And that's not saying that our souls aren't perfect. That's a whole different thing. We are perfect internally. But the brain doesn't want you to believe that, and so it will throw up every kind of roadblock. You may have heard it referred to as writer's block. You might have heard it referred to as the inner critic. That is what I began working with. That was what helped me. For as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a writer. And as I started to take it more seriously, I kept having this thought that if I could get my mental health under control, then I know I would be a good writer. And on the one hand, that was a good goal to have, and it definitely has improved my writing. The fact that I've gotten my mental health under control, or have worked to improve it. If you start improving one area of your life, you're going to see improvements in others. That's just a fact. But it was kind of limiting me because it was setting up this, we'll say, goal that I had to reach before I felt ready, instead of just jumping right in and saying, I am a better writer now. I put up this block under the guise of betterment that kept me from realizing that betterment, if that makes sense. So there is stigma associated with mental health, but again, that is only a creation of the mind. The mind is the only thing creating that stigma, and something that I have been coming to terms with and accepting, that we are not the thinker of our thoughts. Thoughts are just the byproduct of our brain. There's the thumbnail. That's my favorite part of making these videos, going back through and finding the weirdest face I make and then saying, yep, that's the thumbnail. But I'm getting off topic. We are not the thinker of our thoughts, no more than we are the beater of our heart, no more than we are the digester of our food. Those are just processes happening without our input. And the problem with thoughts is that we identify with them. And once we separate from those identities and see that we are only the witness, only the observer, only this impartial other witnessing them, then we don't get so invested in them. And there are some ideas, especially if you're any kind of creative, that are worth pursuing. But the ideas, the thoughts that you have that keep you stagnant, that keep you from putting off whatever it is you want to do, even if it's not something as classically artistic as writing or painting or making film, there are innate expressions of your essence that your brain will continually put up barriers against. If you want to start a restaurant, you have to take the steps to do that. You have to gain the knowledge of what starting a restaurant is. If you want to start a business, you have to gain the knowledge to start that business. And your brain is going to throw up all kinds of weird reasons why you shouldn't or why you couldn't. It'll say if you could do that, you would have that knowledge. But like I say, you can never act beyond the level of consciousness you're at. And the brain doesn't understand consciousness because that formed before the brain. So it has no memory to draw from to build a reality for you to look at. So get your mental health under control, whatever it is, whatever that means to you. If that's going to talk to someone, if that's getting medical marijuana. I flirted with that idea. I haven't followed through with it, mostly because I know I know myself, and I feel like I would use it as a crutch, and then I would never put in the work to separate from it. And again, that's just a story that I'm telling myself, that I need medical marijuana to be my full self. Or like I was used to tell myself, I need to have a few drinks before I feel myself. I can give myself permission to feel myself right now. And the thing with marijuana is that I felt like it allows my brain to give my mouth permission to say its thoughts and to just be expressive. But I obviously don't need marijuana to speak my mind. I'm doing that right now to you. Maybe I just need to have a camera in front of me all the time. Yeah, that'll feed into that narcissistic streak in me. But yeah, I feel so bad for some people when I'm high around them and I'm just talking and talking and talking. I'm much more sedate on cocaine than I am on marijuana. But I'm getting off topic. You see, I don't need marijuana to be rambling. Mental health, it's important, obvi. And a lot of people think, well, it's my brain. I should be able to take control of it. And that's something I thought for a long time. But that is just those thoughts that are being put up saying one thing that isn't true. And it wants you to believe that because it doesn't want the power taken away from it. It doesn't want to be taken out of the driver's seat. It doesn't want you taking control because it thinks it knows what's best for you. But when you look inside and you really start to know yourself and love yourself, you'll see that you always know the right thing to do. You always know what's best. And all your brain can do is refer to past experiences that don't exist anymore, by the way, and say, hey, remember that one time you did this and it failed? You're gonna do that again. Here you go, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And last time you did that, oh, you were so uncomfortable and it was not a good time. So why don't you just stay here, keep it cool, keep it cash, and just, yeah, let's order some more food and have another wank, and let's just stay where we are and not try to evolve. And once you can recognize that these are thoughts you're having that aren't you, that these are just byproducts of an overactive organ, then you can separate from them, like I was saying, and then you can say, that's not me. And once you can start looking at the thoughts you're having, the identities you have held on to, and you can say, that's not me, then you can start to discover who you really are. Because every identity is a way of keeping you separate from everything else. And once you see that you're not separate, that you are a part of everything, then you'll start weeping at sunrises, which is something I did as I was walking up here this morning. And that's not to say that you are not unique. You are. You are, of course, unique. You have your own special individual talents that make you the best you that has ever been. No one in the history of existence has ever been you. Do you realize how freaking cool that is? You are a wonder. The fact that you're even watching this, that you're alive to see this, even if it is all meaningless garbage to you, the fact that you are here seeing this proves that you are a wonder. And the important thing is that even though you are unique and you have your special whatever, abilities, essence, whatever you want to call it, your uniqueness does not make you superior to anyone else. The same as another person's uniqueness does not make them superior to you. We all have individual talents, and when we express those, we are expressing our truest essence. So, whatever mental health help is to you, I hope that you seek it. I will link to some helpful sites down below so you can get started on that. If you want to know more about mental health and my journey with mental health, please reach out to me, leave a comment below. I used to be ashamed of talking about this, but again, that was an old identity, and what do I have to be ashamed about? It is my experience. And yeah, shame and guilt and anything that keeps me from expressing myself is denying the universe a chance to express itself through me. So, like I said, if you want to know more about my journey with mental health, reach out, let me know. Like and subscribe if this resonated with you. If not, then I still wish you to be filled with peace, happiness, and loving kindness. And remember, my friends, until next time, be kind, be well, and be yourself. We'll talk soon.